Hello and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk today about credit cards and the stress that comes with them if we're not using them correctly. So I have a lady here who she lives with her sister in a condo, and I take it they divide up everything. So she doesn't have a mortgage payment or a rent payment. That's why her expenses seem kind of low. She only has 2 credit cards totaling $1,082.08. That's all her debt. So she's in great shape, but she feels like she is struggling paycheck to paycheck. So I said, let me review your numbers and let's see what we can do with that. So her income is $21.31 a month. I divided that by 2, so it's $1,065.50 every 2 weeks on average. So some weeks are high, some weeks are low. So this is her average. Her expenses on a credit card, you could put $1,041 in expenses on a credit card, and then the $227 cash she has to have to pay her sister for the HOA fees, and then these 2 credit cards right here because we can't use a credit card to pay a credit card, right? Okay, so her cash flow is $863, which is great. So we're trying to figure out what is the problem that she's paycheck to paycheck when it shows us that she has this much money after she gets done with her expenses. So we're going to talk about money management, I guess, more in this one, of how she could rearrange her deposits so that she feels freed up a little bit from all of those expenses. So we're going to talk about first what her expenses are. So let me just write here. Her expenses are, let me just pull them up, and I'll give you an idea of what we're looking at. So she has car insurance. She has Wi-Fi. She has electric. She has cell phone bills. She has Disney Plus and Netflix. And she has a couple of medical bills, a dental bill, Bright Ridge, which is the electric bill. She has utilities, and she has health insurance that she pays, which is unusual. Usually that comes out of your employer, but anyway, these are her expenses in this $1,041 that we're going to be putting on a credit card eventually. But what we're going to have to do right now is just get her in order, because she's got to get her credit score up so that she will be able to get either a limit increase on this card or, you know, get offers for other cards. And eventually what we really want to move into is to a personal line of credit so that she can use it to pay cash and credit card expenses. So I have suggested to her that she come in with her next check and she pay off credit card number 1. So that would be $664.79. And then if she had $664.79 and then $1,065.50 out of one paycheck. So that's $471 that she'd have left over. $400.71, sorry. So this is left over out of check. So my next advice to her would be to go ahead and pay her cash payments out of this first check. So let's say the December, this is December income. Sorry, I'm getting sloppy here. So this is December income, and this is credit card number 1 that she paid off. Okay, she had left over $400.71. So I made the suggestion that she pay her cash bills out of this. So the $227, that leaves $173.71. Now she still has this left in cash. So I hate to take these off. Let me see if I can just move over to this just a little bit. So the leftover here still, because this is after cash payments for the month of December, she will come and put the $173.71 onto this credit card. So let's just take the $417.29 minus $173.71. So that would be $417.29. So that leaves a balance of $243.28. $243.28. I'll write that down here. Now, it has a $500 limit. $243.58. $243.58 is the balance of this card. This one's been wiped out. The balance of this card was paid in December. So December 31st balance would be $243.58. So what I have suggested is that she take, let me just get the numbers here. So her health insurance runs $94.71. Her car insurance is $90.45. Her Wi-Fi is $74.99. Her electric bill is $90.41. Her cell phone is $57. Disney and Netflix are $15.32 each. So that's $438.20 in these. Okay? So all of these expenses come to this. $438.20. I'm sorry, I worked all day. Okay, so now we don't have anything left because we paid it onto, so we're going to put $173.71 paid on credit card number 2. Okay, so now we have zero income. But this card has a $1,000 credit limit. This card has a $500 credit limit. So with this card right here, we will take all of these expenses and put on credit card number 1. She could set these up automatically to come out, and if they come out automatically, she doesn't even have to think about it because she's paid off the card. There's plenty of room for this. So all she has to make sure of is that upon her next check, which will be January, she is going to have a balance of, well, we'll say $438.20 right here. But then, because these are her credit card expenses in the first half, and then she'll have, so $438. Remember, she's eating, she's buying her gas, things like that are going to be added onto the credit card number 1 as well. So even if her expenses go all the way up to the $1,000 mark, let's just act like it does. Let's act like that at the beginning of January 1, all of this is hit in credit card number 1 with gas and food. And now credit card number 1 balance is $1,000 again. Okay? So if she comes in at her next check, which is $1,065, and she puts $1,000 in that and pays that off, guess what? That was most of her expenses, right? Paycheck number 2 comes in, you have a zero balance. You will add these back up because you still have $41 plus the $227 you need in cash. So out of her second check, the $1,065.50, she will take the $227. She'll pay her sister and whatever she needs to pay with cash. $227, And then that leaves her $838.50 after the cash payments. Then she is going to have more credit card expenses coming up here. So all of these credit card expenses for the month of, so this was the beginning of February 1. She paid off that. The second check she comes in, she's had more of these expenses come in here too. So let's just say that this is back up to $1,000, which it can't possibly be because she doesn't have that much in expenses. She can pay the $838.50 onto it, and then she will only have the $161.50 will be her balance. And she doesn't have to worry anymore about these expenses coming out because they're coming straight onto credit card number 1. In her second month with her $1,041, she should be able to get an increase. If not, she should be able in a couple of months to get a credit card, a larger limit. Because even if we were able to get her a $2,000 HELOC from our local credit union, then she could start taking this balance plus her $1,041. Let's just do that. So if she were to get the $2,000 HELOC, she could take her $1,041 plus her $227 in cash payments. So these are her expenses for every month. Totals $1,268. So these are her expenses. She would come in then, and her paycheck being $1,065.50. $1,065.50. So we would take that, 1,268. $1,065.50. That leaves $202.50 on that credit card. Okay. So if she had the $2,000 HELOC, she could just have all of these expenses coming directly out. She can transfer money over out of the checking account. Out of the HELOC into the checking account to pay this $227 cash payments that she needs to make. Then all she'd do is have her expenses, not even thinking about it because it's set up on auto pay. So all this is auto paid. The $227 cash is all she needs. Every time she gets paid once a month, bi-weekly, so once a month she would pull the $227, but the rest would just throw back into your credit card or into your HELOC. Throw it in there, let it set. It knocks all the interest off because this is the balance of credit card number 1 at the end of February. So, or whenever she got the $2,000 HELOC, even a $1,500. Her expenses are so low that would be so easy to work with. So she's also wanting to take a trip, I think she said to Greece or Ireland, because her daughter lives over there. So we would be working on getting her a higher credit card or HELOC so that when she goes and if she spends $3,000 over there, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. And I can talk to her about showing her how that we could easily work off that expense of a vacation, and maybe we'll work on that in our next video. But I hope that this made sense to you. I hope that when you look at your credit card as a savings account instead of as debt, then you can really see how you can use it to revolve and to use it like a checking account, because it really makes life a lot easier when you are working down your debt and not thinking about making all these different payments every month. So if you have any questions, feel free to list them below. I am going fast, so I'm sure you have questions. I would be glad to answer them for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.